Why are we even in this position? Reform and Nigel Farage were on zero when Boris Johnson was Prime Minister. A lot of this is the Tories making, isn't it? The rise of Nigel Farage is the Tories' fault.
It's the parliamentary party, actually. It's not the Conservative Party. We've got very good activists, very good councillors across the country. But there was a problem with the Conservative Parliamentary Party between 2019 and 2024. We did have COVID. That was a big issue. Took us off track.
Only since 2019?
I think fundamentally the problem was 2019-2024, which is where it looked like because we were in 2019, we were there to deliver on, get Brexit done and to take advantage of the new opportunities having left the European Union. People feel disconnected from the people in this country who make decisions for them.
Yes.
And the Conservative Party had the opportunity to say, we want to put you back in control. And over 5 years, we took our eye off the ball. We weren't delivering on things.
That's an understatement. You didn't deliver on any of your manifesto key pledges.
Well, we delivered on a number. We got Brexit done, which is number one thing.
You didn't deliver on immigration. You didn't deliver on tax. Those are the two things that unfortunately cost Rishi Sunak the last general election.
So let's just separate the two. So I think on immigration, you're right. We didn't deliver on that. And that's fundamental thinking we have to do. And Kemi Badenoch's already said that we need to go back to the drawing board on that and work out what we need to do. My personal view is a large part of the issues on immigration aren't to do with all the controls. It's to do with how we see our economy, how we want to grow our economy. And so we need to do our thinking about that. But then on taxation, I'm a big believer in lower taxation. I had to vote for tax increases. They're not in my DNA, but that was because we had to pay back the bills from all the money we put out for COVID, because there's no such thing as a free lunch. You've got to pay your bills when you incur them. So I think that was the reason. But your fundamental point, which is the Conservative Party needs to focus on getting back to being a party that can credibly say, we want to reduce your taxes, make your household budget better for families, is what we want to do. Not what Labour is doing, which is increasing taxes on families.
But is this broad church, the Conservative Party, actually all singing from the same hymn sheet? I mean, at times we've thought that perhaps you're all practising different religions. You've got a situation where Robert Jenrick, during the campaign to be leader, obviously he lost out to Kemi Badenoch, was talking about leaving the ECHR. You then had a load of Tories, including Jessie Norman, who's now involved in Badenoch's shadow cabinet, decrying this as a sort of assault on international law and the Tories' obligations under that. You've constantly had this fight between the lefties in the Conservative Party and the righties in the Conservative Party. Farage was arguably right at the recent Reform press conference when he suggested that half the Tory party should defect to Reform and the other half should defect to the Liberal Democrats.
I don't think he's right at all. And of course, having a debate in a broad-based political party is a good thing. Reform's issue is it seems to be a one-man party. Whatever he says is what everyone else has got to go along with. And that's okay if you want a policy built around one individual. But governance in this country is built around people saying we have a plan that we think can respond to the challenges in different parts of the country, and we need to have a debate about that. And the Conservative Party now, in this period of opposition, yes, we have to provide effective opposition to the Labour Party, like we've done on the family farm tax, like we're doing on the jobs tax. But we also need to go back and look at that fundamental question, which is the British people do not think that those who are leading this country are connected to them. They think they're a law unto themselves. They don't see accountability, and they want to have some control. That's what I think the message was in 2019. That's why I came back into British politics, was to enable that to happen. And the Conservative Party is the best vehicle for doing that.
Just going